This is one of the master stroke that is related to your square root. A square root, again, one of the important technique you can say for your quant point of view and your DI point of view both. In both of the section, you will find lot of questions or variety of questions where this technique can be used, like a square root. How to find any number, a square root. This is a part of Vedic Math, syllabus wise, or you can say division of content wise, it is a part of your block 0. If you will see the full session or full video, then this will come under the block 0. DI block 0. DI block 0 means preparation of DI, or you can say fundamental preparation of DI, which is just below the CAT level. Just below the CAT level. But you can say it is equally important compared to CAT level preparation or above the CAT level preparation. Because if your fundamentals are clear, then only you will able to proceed for higher level of preparation. Then you can say these all are the technique that is part of your Vedic Math, or these all master stroke that is your part of Vedic Math. It is one of the important tool for your journey of CAT preparation. Then just will look what are the techniques related to your square root. One thing is very sure, making the square root, it is a just reverse of a square. Means if you are making 25 square, it is 625. Then reverse way you can write 625 square root is 25. That is very simple. Everybody knows it is reverse of a square. Now just will try to understand how number of digits are changing to make the square root. Like here, if you are taking the square root of 100, what is happening here? Last 2 0 is changing to 1 0. Last 2 0 it is changing to 1 0. That is meaning of a square root. Like you can say simply 10 square will become 10. Means 2 0 will become 1 0. Or you can say 2 power will become 1 power. All are same. Just we have to try to understand in different way. Here this 1 will change here 1. Means this 1 will decide what will be the initial digit. Here 4 if you are making the square root of 400, it will become 20. If you are making the square root of 100, it will become 10. Or in another way you can say any number falling down between 100 to 400, a square root will be between 10 to 20. It is not going to become less than 10. It is not going to become more than 20. If any number, just suppose if it is falling down 385, then immediately you can just guess it will be, one thing is sure, it will be between 10 to 20. Another slab you can make, it will be 15 to 20, 10 to 15. That is also easy. That all are discussed during your square root technique. If you want to take the session, all these technique, so many other technique and detailed explanation is there. You can take that session. It will be so interesting and so useful also. Same way if you are taking the 10,000, here 10 to the power 4, or you can say 4 0 will convert to 2 0. Now just will try to understand and try to formulate this same concept in different way. In different way means we will try to convert this basic concept in one of the master stroke. How to convert? Just you can say if you are taking number 117, what will be the value? It will be little extra than 10. You can say 10 plus. Like 100 will become 10, 121 will become 11, 196 finally will become 14. Means this 2 digit, if it is changing from 0 to 96, next number will become more than 200. Then this 0 is changing to 4. Means last digit, it is little variation. Last digit, it is little variation. If you are taking very huge number, then you can say this pair of number you can approximate to 0. That is concept. Here if it is 00 or 21 or 96 or 69, you can approximate to 0. For large number, not for a small number. A small number we can adopt different technique. Means you can say big number, last 2 digit, a square root variation will be very less, and can be made the pair, and it will be equivalent to 0. This observation or this mathematical simple relation will try to formulate one of the technique that will be most useful for to make a square root of any number. Like we just will take one number 46987. From right hand side we will try to make the pair of number. Pair of number means 2 number, like 87, 69 and 4. It is single number. Either you can take 04 or 4 itself, matter is same. Then 87 we will approximate 0, 69 we will approximate 0, and 4 will become 2. We know the square root of 4 will be 2. Now what you have to do? 46987 just to divide by 200, you will get around 234. Approximate 234. What you have to do? You have to take 200 and 234 and take the average value 217. 217. It will be average value 200 plus 234 divided by 2. Or you can say mean of the 200 and 234. Mean of the 200 and 234. Or you can say number between 200 to 234, it is divided equally. It is divided equally 1:1. That is meaning of a square root. That is meaning of a square root. What is meaning of cube root? It is divided in the ratio of 1:3. Then here 217 or actual value, if you will calculate from calculator, means you will put this, feed the number like either in exam or just for checking purpose, 46987, actual value will come 216.8. Your approximate value is coming 217. How much difference is there? Negligible. Negligible difference. 0.2 only difference is there. You cannot say it is a very big difference or it is going to affect your answer. If you are taking 217 or you are taking actual value 216.8, both are same. It is not going to affect your calculation or it is not going to affect your actual answer. Now we'll just go for the technique number 2. Technique number 2, what is there? This will work out based on the deviation. What is deviation? Deviation from any of the nearest square number, not deviation from any of the number. ऐसा नहीं है. We have to take one landmark. Landmark means what is the perfect square number, from that how much it is deviated. How much it is deviated, that deviation we will count, we will add. That is only simple thing. That is only simple thing. Just we'll take one example, a square root of 53. 53 is coming between 7 to 8, or you can say 7 square to 8 square, 49 to 64. 53 will come between 49 to 64, or you can say between 7 square to 8 square. Means deviation from 7 just will count and will add here. Deviation from 7 will count, means 7 plus 53 minus 49 divided by 2 into 7. 7 plus 2 by 7, what will be the value? Directly you can write. No need to convert in decimal and divide simply by 2 by 7, 1 point like. How you will convert? You can just apply RD technique, remainder divisor technique. 1 by 7 is equal to 14%. 1 by 7 is equal to 14%, or you can say 0.14. 2 by 7 will be equal to 28%, or you can say 0.28. Means directly you can write 7 plus 2 by 7, it is 7.28. 7.28 over 53 square root will become 7.28. Actually we will find it will become 7.3 around. Matter is same. Now for big number also we can apply. You have to do little small exercise like 6, 7, 9, 5, 2, 8. Just we'll write in the format, or you can say approximate the number 68 into 10 to the power 4. 10 to the power 4 will be converted to 10 square. That is no problem, because power of 4 will convert to power of 2, or 40 will convert to 20. Now only thing is 68. How to convert 68? 68 is coming again between 64 and 81, or you can say 8 square to 9 square. Then we have to count the deviation from 8. Then 8 plus 68 minus 64 divided by, like that same thing you will do, it will become 8.25. How? 4, if you will just cut it, it will become 1 by 4. 1 by 4 will become 25%. 25% means 0.25. 8.25 into 100. 8.25 into 100, it will become 825. If you will calculate the same calculation by calculator, it will come 824.4. What is deviation? You cannot believe that much accuracy is coming. Sometimes this master stroke you will apply and you will not able to believe how much accuracy you are getting. How much accuracy you are getting? You are getting almost accuracy nearby to calculator. This is deviation is negligible. In the number 800 or in the number near to 1000, if deviation is coming 0.6, what is this value? No value. You can say almost you are getting the actual number or actual calculation. Technique number 3, you can apply one small simple concept, real number line. Means same thing, real number line, you can say it is just extension of technique number 2, but one algebraic equation we will use here. One algebraic equation we will use here, and purpose will be there. We have to just approximate decimal part. Decimal part means like any square root, just suppose 53, whatever we have taken the example, same example I am taking because you will get the similarity. Like this we know it will be between 7 to 8, means 7 point something. After decimal what number will come? XY. To approximate this XY, this technique will be very useful. This technique will be very useful. This anyway you can just by seeing the number you will able to approximate based on the slab. It will be 7 to 8, between 8 to 9, between 9 to 10, or between 10 to 20, 10 to 15. Whatever slab will be there, you will be able to identify. Only problem will be there after decimal, this number will be there XY, or 1 digit number or 2 digit number. From this technique you can approximate up to 2 digit number very safely in very less time. How will do? One simple concept is there. Just algebra. It is observation. It is not a concept. It is an observation. N plus 1 square minus n square. It will become. You will do like n square plus 2n plus 1 like that. You will do 2n plus 1. 2n plus 1. What is this one? This is odd number. 2n plus 1 will be always odd number. Means difference between two consecutive square number will never come even number. It will be always odd number. Or 2n plus 1 you can write in different format like n plus 1. Or you can say sum of these number. N plus 1 square minus n square will be always equal to sum of these number, means n plus 1. This is simple concept. Difference between two consecutive square number will be equal to sum of that number. You can take any example. 4 square minus 3 square. 16 minus 9, 7. 4 plus 3, 7. Means difference between two consecutive square number will be always equal to the sum of that number. Then here just will break down little bit more to guess this xy number very accurate. Then what I was telling, like n square plus n will be equal to n plus 0.5 square, and again if you are adding plus n plus 1, it will become n plus 1 square. Means you can say this flow of thought or this flow of concept, like if n square, any square number, if you are adding the number itself, then it will become n plus 0.5 square. Again, you are adding the next number, it will become n plus 1 square, means next number square, or you can say in reverse way, difference between two consecutive square number will be always odd number, and that will be equal to sum of that number, like 4 square minus 3 square will be equal to 4 plus 3 equal to 7. This 16 minus 9, it is 7. 16 minus 7 is 16 minus 9 is 7. 4 plus 3 means you can say this approximation decimal part or this flow n to n plus 0.5 and again n plus 0.5 to n plus 1, you can just represent on real number line RNL. I think you are very aware about the RNL. About this I have discussed more than 1 hour in numbers basic. All numbers basic are based on this counting and representation on the real number line RNL. What we will do here, we will take 7 square and 8 square. Why we are taking 7 square 8 square? Because we are trying to find a square root of 53. That is only issue. We are trying to find the square root of 53. That is sure it will come between 7 to 8. It will come between 7 to 8. Now only issue is there. It will be 7.xy. What will be value of xy? What will be the value of xy? That only we will try to approximate from this technique or this representation. What is here concept? That flow of concept is 7 square here, 8 square here. Difference between 8 square and 7 square will be always equal to 8 plus 7. Means always it will be 8 plus 7, it will become 15. Or you can say 64 minus 49, it will be always equal to 15. 15 is equal to 7 plus 8. This 7 plus 8 you have to just write here. Nothing else I am doing. I am not doing anything extra, or I am not deriving any of the new thoughts or any of the new technique. Only thing, whatever algebraic expressions are there, I am just writing on the real number line. Means I am trying to connect algebra with number. Like 7 square plus 7, it will become your 49 plus 7, it will become 57. Then this will be always equal to 7.5 square. The same thing we have understood from this here. N square plus n is n plus 0.5 square. Again, if you are adding plus n plus 1, it will become n plus 1 square. Then here 49 plus 7, or you can say 7 square plus 7. 7 square plus 7 will be equal to 7.5 square. That is only concept. N square plus n will be always equal to n plus 0.5 square. Then this 56 will be always equal to 7.5 square. Again, if you are adding n plus 1, means here in place of n plus 1, it will become 8. 7 is n, then n plus 1 will become 8. 56 plus 8, it will become 64. 64 is 8 square. Then now you got the two slab between 7 to 7.5 and 7.5 to 8. That much is enough. Means once you got a square root of 53, immediately you will tell it will be between 7 to 7.5. That much approximation itself is enough. Means your deviation or your error, percentage of error is totally minimized. Like between 7 to 8, it may be 7.12, it may be 7.93 also. But if you are assuming 7.12 and 7.93, deviation is too much. Percentage error will be more. Now here, just by simple this representation, you can say it will be between 7 to 7.5. Maybe 7.3, maybe 7.32, maybe 7.39. That much only deviation. And that deviation also just by observation. 53 is here, 56 is here. It will be just less than 7.5. Just less than 7.5, you can take 7.3 square. 7.3 square, or you can write a square root of 53 will be equal to 7.3. And once you are fitting the same calculation in calculator, it will show 7.28. How much deviation is there? Very less deviation. 0.02. 0.02 only deviation. You can say almost accurately you are able to find the square root. Means any of the techniques, whatever I discussed here, three techniques I have discussed. One is general method, another is based on your real number presentation, another is deviation from any of the nearest square number. Any of the technique you can apply based on the number and based on the situations. Apart from that, another technique also there, that is depends on the real time problem, or you can say based on the situation or word based problems. That if you want to understand, you can take the session of a square root. Now application wise, if you will see, then so many application is there. I think in mensuration or finding the area or so many geometrical problem or so many algebraic problem, always you will face the square. Pi r square, AB square. Everywhere you will find A into B, length into width, all will convert into a kind of a square. Any of the area, it is a square number only. Like area of a square, it will be A square. If you want to find the side, you have to make the square root of area of the square. Means you can say multiple application is there, that is square root. If you are very good to find the square square root, or if you are very good to apply all this technique, you will able to save lot of time and you will able to apply this technique in variety of the problems. Like one of the famous category is finding the standard deviation. Finding the standard deviation, you have to apply the square root technique, and this technique will be useful for your probability and statistics. All area related questions, whatever I told to you, it will be helpful. Mensuration questions also square root will be helpful. Proportion and variation, this is one of the famous category where this square root technique will be helpful, like where fixed plus variable are involved, or directly proportional or inversely proportional. These all problems are there where you can apply these techniques, and this technique will be going to help another kind of problem that is based on your word and situation based questions. Word or situation based question, generally it will fall down in a square or a square root. Generally, based on the experience of the CAT or other MBA test, if any situational based question has given or word based question that is related to your proportion, variation or percentage change, it will generally fall down in the category of a square or finding the square root. Then etc. Variety of questions are there where you will able to use, and it is going to help your quant and DI both section. Then you can say this is one of the very important master stroke, and you should try to adopt this technique and try to use as much as possible.